You've probably heard his name, or maybe you've just seen the headlines. A bold voice, rising from the streets of Queens. A man challenging the most powerful institutions in America. Who is he? Where did he come from? And why is he making so much noise today? Some call him a troublemaker, others a hero. The son of a legendary filmmaker and a revolutionary scholar, raised in the shadows of politics and art, shaped by migration, faith and fire. Today, he's not just fighting for votes. He's fighting for a new vision of America. This is not just a political journey, it's a story of identity, resistance, and revolution. Welcome to the story of Zohran Mamdani. Let's begin from the beginning. In a world where political power often belongs to dynasties, millionaires, or legacy names, a different kind of leader emerged. Not born in marble halls, nor bred in inherited privilege or elite institutions, but forged instead in fire, faith, and resistance. Born in 1991 in Kampala, Uganda, a nation still healing from dictatorship, migration, and post-colonial scars, Zohran Mamdani entered the world already tied to history. But this wasn't just any child. He came into the world with bloodlines rooted in revolution, culture, and conviction. His mother is Mira Naya, a filmmaker whose lens exposed injustice and identity to the world, whose art gave voice to the silent. His father is Mahmoud Mamdani, a fearless political theorist whose writings shook the colonial academic world, who taught that power must be challenged, not worshipped. Zohran's childhood was not sheltered, it was sharpened. Soon the family moved to the United States, New York City. Where colors clashed, protests filled streets, and every block told a different story. Zohran wasn't just raised in the West, he was raised with a world view. While his classmates memorized multiplication tables, Zohran was hearing conversations about imperialism, exile, and resistance at the dinner table. He watched film crews on set with his mother. He watched his father challenge systems in lecture halls and books. He wasn't told what to think, he was shown how to question. As he grew, so did his exposure. Living in Queens, one of the most diverse places on Earth, he wasn't taught tolerance, he lived it. Muslims, Hindus, Sikhs, atheists, immigrants, locals, all coexisted, struggled and thrived side by side. It was here, among the train stops and bodegas, that Zohran's political consciousness began to awaken. In college, he studied philosophy and political science, but his real education came outside lecture halls. He worked in housing support, helping tenants fight eviction notices and heartless landlords. He listened to the pain of people ignored by systems. The injustice wasn't theoretical anymore. It had faces, names, and tears. He rapped under the name Mr. Cardamom. An artistic blend of satire, culture, and commentary. His music questioned gentrification, racism, and identity. His lyrics became resistance. His stage became a rally. But soon, lyrics were not enough. He wanted structural change, change that lasted longer than applause. When Donald Trump was elected in 2016, Zohran didn't retreat, he rose. He joined the Democratic Socialists of America, not because it was trendy, but because it aligned with what he had always believed. Healthcare should be a right, not a product. Housing should be affordable. Police shouldn't operate as an occupying force. Palestine should be free. Justice should not depend on zip codes. He began organizing protests, rallies, mutual aid. Zohran was everywhere. He wasn't a celebrity activist. He was a man with a clipboard, in the streets, face to face with real people. He was organizing tenants, not tweeting slogans. By 2020, something shifted. New York was burning under inequality. The pandemic had exposed every crack in the system. And Zohran, a tenant organizer, a son of immigrants, a voice from the grassroots, decided to run for office. People laughed. He was too young, too brown, too radical. But he knocked on doors. Hundreds. Thousands. His campaign was not funded by corporations. It was powered by neighbors, volunteers, and belief. The incumbent had been in power for years. Comfortable, complacent, invisible. Zohran was visible, present, accountable, and real. And then, the impossible happened. In June 2020, Zohran Mamdani won. He defeated a powerful incumbent in the Democratic primary for New York's 36th Assembly District, Astoria, Queens. A Democratic Socialist, a Muslim, a son of immigrants, walking into the state assembly halls like a storm. But his victory was not the end. It was the beginning. In office, he didn't soften, he didn't sell out. He got louder. He pushed for good cause eviction laws, for fair, free public transit, for cancelling rent during the pandemic. He challenged billionaires. He stood with workers. He fought against the tide. He spoke out, unapologetically, for Palestinian freedom, in a time when even whispering criticism of Israel could cost a career. He didn't whisper, he thundered. While others wavered, he stood firm, chanting, "From the river to the sea," not as a slogan of hate, but as a call for justice. He received death threats, hate mail, smears in tabloids, calls to resign. But he didn't flinch, not once. Because for Zohran, politics was never about power, it was about people. He didn't forget who he was. Not a politician by design, but a product of diaspora, a student of justice, a vessel of memory and movement. Today, as the election season unfolds, Zohran stands again, not just as a candidate, but as a symbol of what America can be when its leaders are not chosen by lobbyists or legacy, but by love. Love for people, love for justice, love for change. In a nation choking on corporate greed and apathy, he brings oxygen. In a state house full of cowards and compromisers, he brings courage. He walks the same streets he organizes, rides the same trains he defends, speaks in the same language as those forgotten by power. He is not perfect, he is not polished, he is real. And in this era of performance politics, real is revolutionary. Besides, at last, this insanely powerful person can... So who is Zohran Mamdani? He is a son of artists and freedom fighters, a rapper turned revolutionary, a Muslim socialist in the belly of American capitalism, a New Yorker with Kampala roots and global dreams. He is what happens when resistance is raised in the home, when justice becomes personal, when organizing becomes life. This is not the story of a politician. This is the story of a movement with a name. Zohran